Welcome everybody. This is our third episode of the Russian advance on the Ukrainian capital of Kiev. The Russians are advancing down highways from the north and trying to force the Ukrainian government into negotiations. This is our third episode that we're playing. Okay, as you can see by the map, we are now Russian forces are now approaching Kozolets, which is northeast of Kiev. This is a tactical map that shows the location of the Russian forces to be on our left side to the north, and then in the center right is the Ukrainian forces that will be defending Kozolets. The objective is to take the town center. There are a number of buildings in the town center that are considered objectives, as well as a bridge here and a bridge here. So the Russians are coming through, and their mission is to take that. There's a tactical map. Basically, if the Russians are to take their objectives, they're going to have to use these bridges. In a particular scenario, the Russian forces are moving from the north to the south. They have two preliminary objectives, and those are the bridges that cross the Oster River. This one in the center right, and then this one in the center. And the Russian forces have to come through and then come in here and capture the town center. And the Ukrainian forces will be defending these positions. The Russian forces are well armed, and they have significant numbers of forces, and the Ukrainian forces have, I'd say, a medium range of defensive forces, including anti-tanks, tanks themselves, and things like this. So it'll be interesting to see how we can manage this fight. All right, we're going to give you a preliminary overview. This is each of these white areas are the objectives for which there are a certain number of points available. This is the town center right here, and the primary building in this town center is this one here, right here. And here is the secondary bridge, the primary bridge, and these are agricultural fields that are to the north of this conflict area. You can see Russian forces are ready to go. And so what we're going to do is we're going to start to make our movement phase, and then we'll come back to you. Our essential strategy is that we cannot assume that we can get our forces across, amphibious forces across this river. I've tried it in the testing rounds, and it did not work. So we're going to have to do it through the bridges. And that means the bridges have to be pretty much cleared of opposition before we can dare cross it with our tanks and armored vehicles. Because if we get stuck on that bridge, it's going to be a hard place to go. We basically only have two ways of getting into this town area here. It's this bridge and this one, and there is a railroad bridge over here, but it's basically only available for infantry. So that's what we're facing at this point. Okay, here we're going to start our turn. As you can see, we have quite a few forces on our left flank that are moving south and basically over all of the roads. We have this tree cover over on our east flank, our right flank, and those vehicles and troops will be using tree cover of the trees to pull forward. See a tank in the background there. We haven't made contact yet. We have a visual on one tank over in that area. Troops are taking up their position along this tree line here to provide cover fire as our main forces come up. So basically our right flank is going to anchor the attack from these positions along here with anti-tank and infantry. And there are a few anti-tank vehicles as well. You can see we do have quite a diverse group of people as recon units, mechanized infantry, and a large contingent of tanks. We're taking cover behind these buildings. Our infantry over here is getting out and moving up. Still no contact with the enemy. I hear firing. Infantry unit over on the left flank. It's been spotted. Probably engaging. You can see Ukrainian forces there. Alright, the troops are engaging. Yeah, one fatality. The first blood has been shed. And I intend to spill a lot more blood by the time I'm done with this. Alright, in this turn we're going to proceed with advancing more of our forces up behind cover. On, both on the left center and right flanks. We're also maneuvering our vehicles to be able to queue up so that they can egress the upper plane faster. Our structure here seems to be taking fire. We've lost one man. Our forces in the second floor of the building are trying to make contact with the enemy. Using rocket grenades. Have an hour for this mission. It'll be 60 turns. Our tank has spotted some activity over there. See the smoke over to the right a little bit. One of our men from the anti-tank unit, looks like. Yeah. And the enemy is returning fire. We're bringing our tanks in as a blocking force here. Tanks are opening up with machine gun fire. It's my belief that the enemy will not have brought too many tanks, if any, in this area, since it's not near their objectives. They'll have left their main forces, main armed forces, back in the city. That's the assumption we're hanging on to at this point. We brought up our armored personnel carriers, and they're now under cover here. Obviously, there's something back in that tree line over there they're interested in. Slightly different view of it here. Our forces are getting the worst of it here, it looks like. We lost a couple of guys here. Now we're trying to slowly draw our infantry up. So obviously there's infantry in here, or anti-tank or something along those lines. So we'll see if we can continue to draw them out. Wow, did he just hit that building up there? Yeah, you did it. Looks like a sniper up there. He's got a great view. Oh, yeah. He had a great view. Now he's got kind of an overhead view now. We're still taking fire from over here. Looks like we're giving it back to him as well. Let's see if we can catch some of this. Yeah, looks like there's forces in this building here. It looks like there's forces in a lot of these buildings. Alright, what we're doing now is we're going to take our tank forces in the center front and basically our center front, and we're going to put them in this line of trees here in the first line. There is a road on the other side of it, so we're going to keep them on this side until they get positioned, and then we'll have a second wave of tanks come up and take their places in the trees here to provide them with secondary fire. And we will slowly use this group of trees here as our cover so that we can bring more fire on these emplacements up here so that we can cross those bridges at some point. This could go really good or it could go really bad. Alright, we lost one tank here, or no, a vehicle there. Yeah, we're attacking. Good. That's what we're supposed to be doing. infantry move up. Now our vehicle shot off, one over towards that building, hit that. Got another one off. Oh, that's when I got hit. Airburst over these troops to our right. Yeah, there it goes. So I think our strategy is holding right now. Let's see how this goes over here. Obviously our APC has made it this far. I had this guy come in as fast as he can to try to make that tree line there, so he's out of not in any fire, or as little fire as possible. See, he is vulnerable as he's got a side to him. So we have lost one vehicle at this point. That's pretty cool. Okay. This is from the Ukrainian side. They obviously got something there. So our strategy is working at this point. We're bringing our troops up to bear as basically kind of stationary artillery, and we're going to fricassee anything inside this center area around their communications headquarters and the other government buildings, so that we can get a clear run at those bridges, because we're going to have to get to those bridges as soon as possible. Now what I'm going to do now is continue to bring up more armored cars here on the left. Now that I have the armor up on the tree line, I'm bringing up my infantry and the APCs. It's cool seeing them all moving in coordination. Alright, somebody got nailed on our side over there. Wow, we lost two vehicles right then and there. Wow. At least one of them got lost, I guess. That's a bummer. Unfortunately, I think I put these infantries near that tank, so it's going to be blowing off stuff, ammo, when they get up there. These guys are going to the structure there, so... As you can see, though, we're giving them hell on their end. Here's the crew bailing out. can see, we've got troops all over moving forward to these tree lines. We want to make this ours so we can take control the middle of the battlefield and slug it out with them until we feel that the buildings are cleared enough. We can destroy this town if we have to. Welcome to the battlefield, gentlemen. Ah, these tanks are doing what I wanted to do. They're hammering that area over there. There must be troops right in here. Ooh, he's gonna get a tank shot there, it looks like. If not already. Looks like we've got into this building now. Yeah, it looks like these guys are in there. So, basically we've made good headway here. I am holding some of my troops back in reserve so that we can make a final push depending on how things going. But we're putting a lift firepower over here on their left flank that we're going to give them a hard time. Basically, we're engaging them along the entire line here. Here's the battle on the my right flank. We're hammering them right now. That church tower over on the right a little bit, right of center, is apparently got troops in it. Good job. We're taking fire over here in the center. These guys have an assault order. Firing. Oh, he's right in a bad spot. Bummer. Lost the whole squad. Alright, well, looks like this front seems to be doing alright, except for this APC here. Got troops unloading here. Okay, that looks good. Lots of black clouds coming from, smoke plumes coming from the enemy's positions. That's good. Our forces are still over here. I don't see anybody gone yet. So this all looks good. Alright, we're proceeding. We're assaulting this structure over here in the center of the screen. Wow. Looking a little hot over here. They don't build them like these do. When these start to cook off, man, they put up a big explosion. I think I need some armor over here. Yeah, it's not good sitting by this tank. Wow. All right, here we go. We're going to try to reduce the building in the center that's being held by the enemy forces and bring that through. This is the structure here. I'm also bringing up a tank on this side to help suppress the enemy fire from there. Wow. That building's going away. Wow. We're advancing on our left flank, bringing up our tanks and a little bit of some of our infantry. I think I'm going to make the left front kind of my main emphasis for a while, so that I can give the center front a chance to bombard the front line of the enemy over here. They're using grenade launchers over there.